Howdy traders, and welcome back with another video from the FX Big Dog. This is the Forex Weekly Outlook. In this video, we're going to take a look at the technical analysis, but we're also going to take a look at the fundamentals and how we connect the two together. There's a whole bunch of nothing happening out with fundamentals this week. We have a bit of the FOMC meeting minutes that may come out, or at least a statement, but we don't have a lot of stuff that we can talk about with fundamentals. So which means, traders, be careful. This may be a very quiet week, or it could be a very big mover because of the fact that the markets are tied up in a bit of range. Now, we've got the FOMC, like I said, the FOMC coming out this week. We have the President Trump's impeachment coming out. We may get some news out based on the China-US trade war. And, of course, we're not going to look at anything regarding Brexit because we're expecting something to come out in December with regards to Brexit. So not a lot of stuff out this week. In fact, we'll take a look at all the details and exactly what we should be trading and what we should not be trading. In fact, it may be one of those fishing days or golfing days this week that you can go ahead and just chill back and relax because we're not going to get a lot of movement. But hey, let's take a look and see what we can trade this week and how we're going to be able to trade that. All right, I'll see you right after this. Alright traders, well, as I said before, a lot of nothing happening with regards to the fundamentals. If we go ahead and take a look at the calendar this week, we can go ahead and take a look and see right here. Now, digging straight into the data, you can see that we do have the FOMC meeting minutes coming out this week. We have a bit of ECB policy monetary meetings. We have the ECB president that speaks as well. This is out on Friday. And then we've got some flash data coming out on Friday. But as you can see, traders, a very quiet day of trading. Now, don't forget that we did have just recently, and I'm going to go and update because I'm doing this video after 8:30 on Monday. So you can see that we did have the monetary policy meeting minutes as well that came out for the Aussies. We'll take a look and see how the Aussies moved. Now, traders, I do have some pairs that I want to go ahead and take a look at this evening. And the pairs that I'm really focused on is right here. And this is Aussie CAD, Aussie Swiss, Aussie JPY, Aussie US dollar, Canadian JPY, Swiss, Euro Swiss, Swiss JPY, and then, of course, pound US dollar. You'll notice that there's a lot of Aussie crosses right here. All right, a lot of Aussie crosses, and then we have some Swiss pairs as well. So a lot of Aussies. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Aussies are moving this evening. So let's go ahead and take a look. Those are the pairs I'm really focusing on this week as we go into this week's of work, this week's of trading. Now let's go ahead and take a look here at the charts. I'm going to go straight to the Aussie Canadian dollar. That's the first pair that I have on the list right here. And you can see as we take a look at the chart right here, I'm anticipating price to move down. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of things here that you need to be paying attention to. If you take a look at the chart right here, or at least the projected trade that I put out here, this is what I posted out today just before the close of 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see that I'm looking for the direction to be bearish, and I'm looking for a target here at around about 0.8691. That's what I'm looking for. And by the way, traders, this is the end zone trader. I list a couple of predictions that I'm looking at. These are my top picks for the week, and you can see right here, Aussie CAD is one of them, and I'm looking for a bearish move on Aussie CAD. Now, with that being the case, let's go ahead and take a look at the chart. Now, I said that we're going to go ahead and sell back south right here. You can see the chart is definitely moving south. We've got good confirmation that price is going to move back down. I do definitely recommend watch out for this level right about here. And that's, I believe it is around about 89.10, give or take a few. That's where we're anticipating support to be at. We'll be watching that level very, very carefully. There's no doubt, traders, that we're inside consolidation. Now, just to go ahead and put out a disclaimer right here so everyone knows exactly what I'm looking for right here. When I go ahead and post in a Aussie CAD trade, and I say, let's go ahead and chase after the target at 86.91. That's the long-term target, right? That's a long-term target. Now, with the long-term target set over there, I also have details up here. I say, watch out for support at around about 89.10. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I do identify that there is a lot of support there. But the market's just hit a top, heading back down south. Everything is showing, all my indicators are showing that we're bearish on that particular currency pair. But of course, we have to recognize the support level at that level. Now, that's the support level I'm saying watch out for. There it is, 89.10. Now, let's go back to the chart right here. Now, if I go back to the chart right here, this is the 89.10 level that I'm talking about right here. So as price moves back down here, if we don't break through this level, time to go ahead and cash out. All right, absolutely time to go ahead and cash out. Now, let's go take a look at this is the daily time frame, but I'm going to pop open the weekly right here. Now, the weekly, check out the weekly right here. Now, if you know anything about wave cycles, I'm a big fan of wave cycles. And in fact, I've created a course called Wave Count, and also built around smart waves as well. And we talk about these wave patterns, right? And I'm looking for price to move down to this level right here. This is the 127 of the extension of wave 5, all right? Or at least in wave 5. Now, I'm looking for price to move down to this level right here. And this level is where we're anticipating the target to move. So as price moves out of this wave 4 consolidation and breaks below the support level, we're looking for price to move down to this level. What is that level called? Well, price, that level is, the price of that level is going to be right about here. And let me pull that up once again. And I got all my little tabs open right here. There you can see 86.91. All right, so 86.91. Go ahead and take a screenshot of that if you have to. Now, that is Aussie CAD. The same thing goes with Aussie Swiss franc. All right, Aussie Swiss franc. If I go to Aussie Swiss franc and take a look at Aussie Swiss franc right here, I'm seeing the similar thing. Here's Aussie Swiss franc. Now, remember, traders, we just got the news out this evening, right? The monetary policy meeting minutes. But yet, we still are anticipating some bearish move on those pairs. So going back to Aussie Swiss, I'm expecting a bearish move on Aussie Swiss. We've just come off a really bearish week of trading, or day. This is the weekly, yes. Week of trading right here. We have come off a very weak trading week, and it's broken through an upward trend line right here. So we're certainly on the way down on this particular pair. If I go to the daily time frame right here, this is where I look for my opportunities. And I can see I've broken through that trend line going up. So my upward trend line's breached. My price is broken through my sentiment line, which is my bullish sentiment line. We're starting to see a little bit of bearish sentiment right here. We are below my wave tunnel, below my signal line. Everything is looking hot and ready to rock. All right. So we're expecting price to continue to fall down south on the Aussie Swiss franc, which means traders need to take advantage of that move right there. Now, let's go ahead and continue. That's on Aussie Swiss franc. What is the other pair? Let me go ahead and pull up the other pair. Other pair is looking for, and by the way, Aussie Swiss franc is looking for a price here. Look for a 63.97. There it is there. Let's take a look at JPY, Aussie JPY. All right, so Aussie JPY also looking to sell on Aussie JPY. And Aussie JPY, if we go ahead and pull up that chart, this is what the daily time frame looks like right here. And certainly we can see right here, if I go ahead and pull that up a little bit to the top. Let's do that. There we go. All right. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Let's pull that one up too. Let's make it look half decent. All right, there we go. So if you look at the pair right here on Aussie JPY, we are looking for price to break through support. All right, break through support. If I pull this up right here, you can see that we have a long-term trend line going up right here. We are still trading above that. So yellow flag of caution, right? Be careful with these type of trade setups. With these type of trade setups, you have to be real cautious about this because price may not break through that. And if it doesn't break through that, guess what? It's going to bounce back up again. So we're going to see this type of bounce back up and stay inside this upward trend. All right. Now, if it does break back up again and it starts going back up, then clearly you can look for a higher high. But if it does break through this trend, we'll be heading south. Now, one thing you really need to know is when I go ahead and identify that there's a possibility the price could move further down south, I normally indicate that you take any sort of trading strategy that you're using that's been automated and only look to sell, 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 sell. All right. If we start seeing, and I'm not going to tell you to buy on this because I'm not seeing the signs. All right. Price needs to go way up here before I start thinking about buying. And the reason why I say that, because as long as the price stays below this level right here of resistance, I only want to look to sell, sell, sell. Now, I'm not saying that price may not break up to the upside. I'm just saying that at the moment right now, price looks like it wants to move back down south. Now, if it does move back down south, we're going to chase after this level right here. I'm going to go ahead and mark it off right there, 71.94. That's the target I'm looking for down here on the south side. So 71.94, if you go to look at the document right here, let's go ahead and verify what we have here. And you can see I've gone ahead and marked off 72.07. 72.07 right here. That's the target I'm looking for right there based on AUDUSD. So looking for bearish. And I did say right here we do need, all right, we're at support and we do need to break through that support. So either you trade when the market trades below that level, or you go ahead and wait for the market to trade up a little higher and then you sell off a little higher. But even, whatever happens, we are looking to sell on this particular pair. Now, I would not say, and one of the traders in my trading room called me out last week and said, "Big dog, you got to stop trading at support and trying to sell at support, and you got to stop trading at resistance." And the fact of the matter is, he's right. All right, we've got to get to that point. We're following a trading system, and the trading system would be acknowledging these levels where we should be entering at. Now, the big thing about support and resistance is that we have to manually identify these levels, right? We have to notice these levels and pay attention to those levels, because if you don't pay attention to those levels, what's going to happen is price is going to give you false signals, and those false signals will be at the support and resistance levels. Now, you might be saying, well, big dog, are you telling me that the NZDUSD is perhaps giving us a false signal? Well, it could be. All right, it could be. Now, we're going to look to trade past that resistance. So if the market goes ahead, support, if the market goes ahead and breaks through that support level, then we absolutely want to go ahead and try and trade it. But we've got to wait and be patient about that. Now, if you have an automated trading system that fires trades off when the signals are there, then there's pretty much not much you can do, right? You're just going to let the system do what it needs to do. But what you can do is you can manipulate the system by paying attention to those levels. And if it puts a trade in at that level, you look at the technicals and you say, no can do, not interested in that trade, then go ahead and simply close that trade out. Take a small loss if you have to. It's better than holding on to that trade and end up losing on that trade. And listen here, when you're trading any sort of trend trading systems, all right, they will put trades in when the market's in consolidation. It's up to you to make the decision to go ahead and say, well, I'm not interested in that trade. Either switch the system off or go ahead and manually close out those trades if it gets implemented inside consolidation. Now, if it breaks out of that consolidation, then you can go and say, okay, I'm cool with that. I'll let this system trade this trade and let it go ahead and follow the system rules and so on. That's fine, but just make sure that it's doing what you want to do as a manual trader. All right, so this is it. We've got Aussie US dollar right here. Let's take a look at Aussie US dollar. Another trade setting up on Aussie US dollar. And I'm going to go up a little higher. There it is there, Aussie US dollar. And we've got a trade going on here. So you can see that the market has gone ahead and had very little retracement. I'll be honest with you, I am expecting a little bit of correction. But if I look over here, I do see that there is a possibility that we're actually in a fourth wave inside swing, which means price may move down a little bit lower, maybe not quite getting down to this target right here where I'm anticipating price to go to, but we may end up seeing price go a little bit lower due to the fact that we're in this fourth wave. Now, again, this is something that everyone needs to know, all right, is that when we're inside these fourth waves, and this again could be a fourth wave move right here, price could do this, all right, and then move down. I want to move down eventually after a period. These levels or these areas, all right, or these patterns is normally when traders get into a lot of trouble. they end up taking a lot of losses, get stopped out. And especially those traders that really want to tighten up their stop loss. If you want to tighten up your stop loss inside these some consolidation levels, this is where traders really get eaten up. And so sometimes when you identify that the market is inside consolidation, you may want to go ahead and gear up. Now, what is gear up? Gear up means that you're just looking at it from a larger perspective, and you're placing your stop loss at a major high, major low, depending on which direction you're trading. And that protects yourself from getting in and out trades and eating up your account margin. All right, we don't want to do that, or account balance. So we definitely don't want to do that. So pay attention to these levels right here, and this may be one of those levels sitting up here on the Aussie US dollar. Now, there's nothing wrong, and let me go ahead and just say this as well. There's nothing wrong with you wanting to gear down. All right, and if you're not sure what I mean by gearing up and gearing down, don't worry, I'm going to be doing a series on gearing, how to be able to become a swing trader and how to gear up and gear down. In fact, I'm teaching this in the End Zone Trader course, how to be able to gear up and gear down from the current time frame that you're trading. And it's a very effective trading approach when it comes to looking to trade the markets 24/7, or not 24/7, but right through the year. If you're looking to trade right through here and become a swing trader, to trade right through the year, you've got to start learning how to be able to gear up and gear down. And we're going to be teaching you exactly how to do that. In fact, like I said, I'll be doing a series on how to be able to gear up, gear down, because I think it's important as traders to know how to be able to do that, especially if you're swing trading. All right, so going back to what we got here on the Aussie US dollar. Aussie US dollar, we're looking for price to continue to move down. We may end up getting a bit of support down here. I don't know if we're going to get down here, but we'll see how the weekly average true range, how much we hit of the weekly average true range this week. And if we do get to the average weekly true range this week, and it's halfway down the line right here, that might be a place to get the heck out of Dodge. We'll be monitoring this throughout the week. Let's go take a look and see what else we've got going here. All right, so trade opportunities still out here is Canadian JPY. All right, so let's take a look at Canadian JPY. And here it is right here. Oh, I'll go ahead and remind me tomorrow. That's perfect. Okay, so here we go. Canadian JPY. Why I like Canadian JPY is because price is already broken north. You see right here we had multiple swings actually taking place right here, where price went ahead and created this 5-wave pattern going to the top. It's broken above that, and we're at a very critical level right here. All right, a very critical level. Now, what we did notice right here on this daily time frame is that we did close out with a nice bullish engulfing right here. Price has been a little indecisive over the last 24 hours, but we may end up seeing a little bit movement to the upside. Now, I did say that there's no fundamentals coming out this week, so there's not going to be any major drivers in the news, but we may have some flash news that comes out this week. What is flash news? Flash news could mean a bit of positive news on China and U.S. trade agreement. That could be, it could be the impeachment, President Trump's impeachment. But whatever it happens, it looks to me like, based on the technicals, looks to me like we may end up seeing JPY weakness. And I think I've seen it on the Swiss franc as well, but a Swiss franc weakness as well. And if we're going to get some Swiss weakness, JPY weakness, that tells me that there may be a risk on type of approach when it comes to trading the JPY crosses, which could be really effective on this particular trade right here. So going back to this trade, we're looking for price to move back up. Now we're in a wave one, which is a larger wave one, so which makes me want to think about going to a lower time frame, and a higher time frame. And so here's the higher time frame right here. Now, if you look at the higher time frame, you can see how price has gone ahead and actually created some resistance up here at the top, hit resistance here at the bottom. We do see an upward trend line right here. Price is maybe trying to go up to about this level there. That could be maybe around about, what, 8,300. So let's take a look and see if we're looking for price to go back up again, where could we get out? All right. So let me go ahead and open up the document here. And we acknowledge that we're looking for price to move up on this particular pair to 86.64. Now, we've got to be aware of the fact that there's going to be resistance. All right. But if we go ahead and compress our charts up a little bit right here, bring this down a little bit, we can see that that 86 plus level that we're talking about is all the way up here. Now, traders, if price does start moving up, and I like the way that we've created this little ABC right here, if price starts working its way up, then yes, we could be in a very good run to the upside. In fact, where price is trading right now around about 82, going to 86, we're looking at about 400 plus pips on this particular trade right here. This looks like a good starting point to get in on a good run. All right, and it looks like we may be there. Now, I didn't acknowledge 83. Remember that weekly time frame? We said that there's a trend line coming down that looks like around about 83. All right. So if it's going to be at 83, and there it is there, you can see there. All right. Then just acknowledge that, place that onto your, whatever, piece of paper you have that you take your notes on, and write a note there, 83. Watch out for 83. There's going to be a level of resistance there at 83. If we break through 83, guess what? Move your stop losses to break even on this trade, and then just see where it takes you. All right. So watch out for 8,300, because 83 is definitely going to be a level that the market's going to struggle to break through. But if it does break through, we could be well on our way to 8,600. So this is what we're seeing here on this particular pair right here. Now, again, traders, if you're using systems, then let the system go ahead and deploy in that direction. As long as the system's conditions are lined up, it'll go ahead and place a trade. Now, if we go take a look at this Euro-Swiss. Euro-Swiss is the next trade that we've got set up right here. Let's take a look here. Euro-Swiss. And why I'm a fan of Euro-Swiss. All right, so Euro-Swiss, I'm a fan, but at the same time, I'm cautious on this one right here. All right, so it's showing that everything is in a correction move. What is a correction move? It means that price has worked its way back down, and now it's in a retracement, right? We call this a correction move. So we're in a correction move right here. So although I'm a seller of Euro-Swiss, if I get any signal confirming that price is going to continue to move down south, I'm going to watch this level of support by this trend line. If I break through that trend line, we're going all the way down to this target right here at 1.0741. So as you can see right here on my smart gauge, it's telling me that I'm currently neutral. And I would be neutral right now. I would be not looking to sell at this very moment. All right. I'd be on the sideline right now waiting for confirmation. And I have a trading system that I'm using that I'm going to wait until the trading system tells me to go ahead and sell. So I may go ahead and deploy it. All right. Deploy the system, sell only when the conditions line up. And that's what it'll be doing for me there. So I'll be waiting for this right here. So this could be a very good trade as we're heading into the next couple of days on the Euro-Swiss franc. Let's go take a look and see what else we've got going here. All right. So we've got Euro-Swiss. Then we've got JPY. So Swiss JPY is bullish. Okay. Swiss JPY bullish. A little different than what I expected. But let's take a look and see what the technicals tell us right here. Because everything's got to be built around the technicals. So Swiss JPY, let's see here. Now, caution on the Swiss JPY. I like it, but I'm also going to be cautious on this. And the reason why I'm going to be cautious is because we're tied up inside consolidation. What I like about this, if we do trade it down below, look to see if we break out. If we don't, close your trade out, wait for the price to come back down again, and keep doing that until we get the breakout. Now, the good thing about the trade on the Swiss JPY is that you can keep your stop losses down below the range. All right, keep it outside the way. Don't get involved with your stop losses close to the range. Keep it away from the range, but then look for the breakout to the upside. Okay. Now, if I go to the larger chart, and I want to take a look at the larger chart right here, this is the reason why I'm a buyer. All right, I'm a buyer on Swiss JPY is because if you take a look over here, there's a huge amount of consolidation. And guess what, traders? We're right here at the bottom. All right, we're right here at the bottom. So there's so much real estate up here to the top that we can benefit from. And you can see right here, we could go up 900 pips to the upside. All right, an easy 900 to 1,000 pips if the price can move back up to this level. So this is a great trading opportunity. If you get in early, you can benefit all the way to the top here. And like I said, this could be anything between 900 to 1,000 pips on this trade. All right. And then lastly, the last trade of the week that I'm looking at right here is pound US dollar. Bullish right now. So pound US dollar bullish. Let's take a look at pound US dollar bullish. And it is this one right here. And I don't have a lot of pound setups right here, but this one right here, let's take a look. We've got support, as you can see right here. A nice support here. Nice support down here. And so what we're expecting is price perhaps go up and retest this level. What level is that called? That is called my, you can do it, come on, my confirmation level. That's it. All right, so it's a confirmation level. What is my confirmation level? My confirmation level is a level where we're anticipating price to break out of, especially when it's inside some consolidation. All right, when it's inside consolidation, we look at confirmation levels. But we also look for confirmation levels when they form some sort of patterns. All right. So when the market sets up a pattern, we're then anticipating price to move out of that pattern and out of that pattern and away from that level, which does this. Okay. So it moves out of that pattern, moves away from that level, retests the level again, and then goes back up again. This is our confirmation. This tells us that price is now on its way up, or at least the pattern is holding. In this case now, if we looked at this as a double bottom, then this would be our confirmation for the double bottom right here. And so it's a good place to look to chase off the profits when you are trading these type of patterns. Now what these confirmation points do, it helps us to be able to identify when price is moving from what we call a bottom or support level down here towards a resistance level. So even if it doesn't break out of the confirmation point, at least we have an upside target we're anticipating price to move back up to. So we're a buyer, okay, and we're looking for price to move back up to around about 140. Let's call it 145. That'll be the long-term target. But in the short term, I believe we have a short-term target right here, and it's based on the daily. If you look over here on the daily, we're looking at 132.12. So 132.12 is what our target is right here on the pound US dollar right there. Okay, so let's go back to the charts. Take a look at the charts right here, and let's go to the daily chart. I'll put up the daily. If you're getting those tic tacs, it's me bouncing up and down on this chart right here. All right, there we go. So we've got a nice little channel that we've broken out of. There it is there. It did have a little A, B, C move right here. And we've broken out. So we've broken out to the upside. And you can see traders at the top right here, the 127. That's at around about 132.22. So give or take a few pips right here. This is where we're anticipating profit taking right here. So this is where our profit taking area we could be right about up here at the top. So we're bullish on your pound US dollar. Looking for price to continue to move back up. I didn't see much going on for today with regards to the other pound pairs. So the other pound pairs haven't quite set up the same as the pound US dollar, but the pound US dollar is absolutely setting up with a great opportunity. Now, listen, traders, if you are a swing trader and you're interested in if you're interested in learning a little bit more about how to be able to gear up, gear down, in the next couple of days, maybe in the next week or so, I'm not going to commit in the next couple of days, but in the next week, I'm going to be sending out information, and of course, I'm going to be sending out some a video on how to be able to learn how to gear up and gear down. I'll be giving you some details of exactly what and how you can do it, and how you can create some automation around that as well. We'll be going ahead and talking about that later on in the next week, and I'll certainly will get some video on that. So make sure that if you haven't subscribed already to this channel, make sure you do, because also in the next upcoming weeks, I'm going to be able to share with you some information how you can get into my trading room and how you can get into automation on a trading strategy we are using in our trading room that can also help you to be able to gear up and gear down in different market conditions. Because traders, as a swing trader, we would like to trade all year through, but we know that the market only trends 30% of the time. Well, that's not completely true. because it depends on what time frame you're looking at. Will be dependent on whether or not the market is indeed trending on that time frame, or you have to go ahead and gear down to a lower time frame to identify a smaller trend. More details of that a little later in the next week as I go ahead and post that information. But traders, good luck with your trading. Hopefully this information has been awesome for you. And if so, please make sure that you go ahead and like the video. Put a comment there if you wish. Any requests that you need, go ahead and throw it into the comment box. I'll certainly go ahead and address that as well. And don't forget, subscribe to the channel so that when we post videos, you can get access to those videos. My name is FX Big Dog, and I'll see you in the next video.